Mr. Trigger. I run the race, you know, but I'm not started yet.
They even line up.
I'm exercising, I want to start to exercise yet.
Yes. So you got to start.
I have to start.
The journey of 1,000 miles starts with the first step.
With the first step. And then there's another little one here, Mr. Trigger, I want to share with you.
So please,
how quick I could find
please make sure that you don't procrastinate. You don't consistently and constantly says tomorrow.
Tomorrow. Just start to work.
Let it be today.
The secret of getting ahead is getting started.
Yes, must start.
If you don't start, you can't finish.
Yeah, you can't create yourself if you don't start.
That's right.
So let's start. What else?
Well, this one says, and connected to, you can rise up from anything. You can completely recreate yourself. So you can recreate yourself. That's what they're saying, right? Right? Nothing is permanent. You're not stuck. You have choices. You can think new thoughts. You can learn something new. You can create new habits. All that matters is that you decide today and never look back.
That's it. Got to start.
You got to start and not look back and not drop back. Because when you drop back, you go back the same place.
You know, I've always, I think we always go through this process of trying to condition our minds, because if you don't, then society will condition you. You know, as we go through, and you've heard it, everybody. You said it here. There are going to be naysayers. There are going to be persons who will not be happy for you. There are going to be persons who and I've always said, if you don't know yourself, then you're going to be them.
Yeah.
So you must know yourself. You must know your strength, that they can't phase you. If you had listened to all the naysayers, none of us would be sitting here today, some 30 odd years later.
Yes.
And I think fundamentally, this is not being self-centered or egotistic. This is being pragmatic. You know, I come from the South Side. You would hear all kind of nonsense when we took up a position because of politics and stupidness, and none of that are true. All propaganda. And you end up with situations where if you would want to follow those persons with their noise, then you're going to be like them, and you're going to be stuck like them.
Yeah.
And so none of us would be here to be able to exert our influence or exert our conditioning on them.
Yeah, we got to 30 something years ago, we were told this will never work. You're wasting your time, you're wasting your resources.
So I urge all Belizeans to value your worth. Value your worth, and you must start to elevate yourself. Not because somebody said you come from South Side, or you come from an impoverished area, you must remain there, that you're not good for nothing, you're worth anything. None of that is true.
So try, before we take the break, I just read it again so you could sink in, right? You can rise up from anything. So anything will happen to you, you could get up and move on.
Yes.
Right? You can completely recreate yourself.
Yes, sir.
In other words, you can turn around and say, I'm not going along this path anymore. This path is not leading me correctly, so I'm going to reinvent myself and come out like this.
Change course.
Right? Nothing is permanent. That is true. Not even life is permanent. Most important, life is not permanent. Nothing is permanent. So you are not stuck. Right? You have choices. You can make up your mind. You can start to think new thoughts. You can start to read different and look at things differently and think new thoughts. You can learn something new. You can create new habits. All that matters is that you decide today and never look back. So you start today. You start start that now, and you don't look back and what happened. You leave it behind. You know, and precisely that's what happens when you go to the altar. That came to me just now. When you go to church, I say, you're going to the altar and leave all your burdens behind and sit there. That's precisely what you're doing.
Yeah.
You know, you're saying, from here, go back. I am shedding everything that's in my past. I'm placing it in the hands of God, right? And I'm moving forward with Him.
Yes, sir.
That's what it's saying.
Right.
It's a change of life.
Break time.
Right? So let's take the break, like you're already saying, at 38 past 6, because we only have a short window for calls this morning. Take the break and come back. Well, it's 18 minutes to 7 o'clock. Las 7 menos 18 minutos aquí en nuestros estudios. Buenos días. Good morning, Belize, and thanks for choosing love on a beautiful Wednesday morning. You know, Troy, we got about 18 minutes to take our calls.
Yeah.
You know, we'd like to hear from you.
Yeah,
So,
at the top of your news, the issue with the immigration cashier that seemed to be the person, or at least there's a seemingly an Interpol call for him as well.
yes, apparently. Yeah.
So he
Assuming.
may not be in
Yeah.
country. A gentleman by the name of Jason Flowers. It's been in the news, so it's
Yeah.
not nothing new we're saying.
Yeah, love, good morning. Yeah.
Mi General, good morning.
Good morning, sir. How are you?
Yes.
Capitan
That's right,
Flores.
morning, bud.
Yes, sir.
Flores, sorry.
Si,
You
senor.
know, I see one television ad,
What you
one
say?
of NHI, at some village in Toledo. I believe that Rancho Dolores, something like that. And it tells that the ad said that it took them 3 hours to set up the clinic that the village. I tell myself, man, I don't know. My thinking, please, I'm not dictating. I say, why not set up one permanent clinic? Because people's health cannot wait for intervals. Wait, you're sick, but hold on, I can cure you in 6 months. You know the kind of way of thinking, positive. Yeah, but I say, why not set up one permanent clinic, you know, for daily reach? You see, then I tell myself, I hear something, I hear, become everything I hear. I can't prove nothing. Something that buy one property for $5 million for 8 Belize at the swing bridge. I tell myself, why they never reclaim land? If
Yeah,
they need
reclaim
to
land,
put them
reclaim
stuff
land, yeah,
and
you're
some
right.
material, why they not reclaim? Why they not
Yeah,
fill up
like
one
we
part
reclaim
of the canal, the creek, Halover Creek? That's not a play no role. That's a beauty. They occupy space. Anyway, I tell myself, you know
You're
what?
a road expert, you
We-
know, Mr. Torres.
Yeah.
You're a traffic expert.
So skip tell yourself thing.
No, I versatile, you know.
Oh, you're versatile. I'm
don't
thinking I'm not
I don't
traffic
like
expert.
her, but
so,
I ban
you
an
know.
economist. He studied for it as well as I could see, you know, because the terms he used, I know use
I
it.
wouldn't want to top up the canals, and because you top the canal, then the drainage.
I not said fully
God,
set,
man,
you
you
know, use part of
know,
it.
please.
Because that we need space for parking.
And no
we
space
need
on the-
space to put one
they
street,
go the
one
mall out of
road.
the creek.
Put it along the canal. Then you put one bridge by Baron Bliss. We have to expand. Why you think we're going west?
Oh, well, the bridge
Yeah,
here can only go somewhere. That's
northwest.
not
We
debate.
put Belcan, then Chetumal Bridge, and so on, and you have to be going one way, the Little Velina, and next 50 years we're going way to Bermuda Landing,
Right.
and then place there, you know. We have to grow. We have to think young.
Capitan Torres.
All right.
Anyway, but I tell myself, you know, what happened is that you could note me note that when you exaggerate spending, you don't got no money for maintenance. You see, I not say efficiency yet, never yet. Watch one more. I said that they build streets and streets, man. You got West Landiva, we carry the university, we carry all over the place, the Stellaris,
All
we
right,
carry the
nice.
healthcare partners, no sidewalk for the people they walk.
All
Lordy. We
All
stay, Belize never lucky, man. We always exploit. Anyway, my friend, it was a pleasure.
Thank you.
Take care, Senor Capitan Torres.
Yeah, a lot of time we say these things because they sound good,
Yeah.
but we never
Think
look
them
at
through.
the
You don't think them
practicality.
through. Practicality.
We are replacing the swing bridge.
Uh-huh.
It is the shortest area and span between the rivers.
Right.
So you know
Another
when we're
bridge
at
that-
Baron Bliss where
Yeah, but
they span almost
span-
15 times, 20 times more because
It's
they're
the-
more expensive and impractical. So you use the shortest span and you need storage and everything in the nearby vicinity.
Yeah.
Also to connect the bridge, the temporary bridge
And you-
across.
and you can't fully
That is why
do-
government had to
Look, can I
acquire
have-
the property.
Yes, good morning, guys.
Morning.
Yeah, I've been listening to the news for a couple of days now, right? And I listened to how the minister talked, the prime minister, I think, say about people will work in this country that are under 2%. I don't know who, if maybe the media must not know about max or figures, because for Mexico, prime minister come out and say under 2% of the people not work. It's a shame. It's disgraceful.
Right.
It seems that some of them need to go back to school.
Right.
You understand what I say?
I try to understand you.
Go to Danwega or Toledo. They're a big town. And if you could find only 2 people not to work, go to 100, man, that's crazy. I would have said 20% maybe not to work, or 30%, but if you said under 2%, and you guys would have just left it like that, you guys need to tighten up. Because you can't listen to somebody when they tell you a complete lie, when you know better.
Well, it depends how you interpret this thing. Look, I don't defend the prime minister or nobody like that, but it depends how you interpret this thing, right? It's a aggregate number. In other words, all the municipalities are taken into account, not just one specific area, right? You take everything into account, right? The amount of people you have who could be employed, and then you see how much are unemployed. Some areas will have it worse than others. Some might be 10, 15%, maybe 20, 30, right? But some areas it might be 0. Some areas might be looking for workers and charter workers and things like that. So it's a global figure.
Arthur, right?
That's how that works.
Arthur?
So I know that's how it works. I don't defend nobody neither. And I don't know statisticians. I don't defend the statistic neither. And if they're wrong, well, then we can look into it.
We know that that's not correct, though.
Well, then we can look into it then.
But
Prove it.
Yeah, we have to look into it, and I hope you guys can look into it.
No, man,
but remember,
you're not a citizen.
recall that we have this discussion several times already as it relates to how the calculations for unemployment is done, right? So
Don't overall.
there are a bunch of people who are not looking for work. So those are not calculated.
No.
It's calculated on
Who
those who are looking for work. All right? Because you might say, it is easy for somebody to say, I don't got no job,
I have a specific
but I'm not looking for work, and basically I want to do, maybe I'm peddling marijuana, maybe I'm doing something else, but those persons are not calculated in that number.
It's for people
All
looking
right?
for work.
But you can't listen to me, guys.
I'm trying to explain to you the formula. If you don't agree with it, then you
Then
could
you
take
have-
it up
then
with
we
the
can
experts.
change it, yeah.
But I'm saying
but
how they arrive at the number, how they explain.
I travel this country just like here, and I realize that a lot of people.
As a matter of fact, right now, if you talk to the private sector, they continue to complain that they can't find workers. You can't find workers to work in the orange groves. You can't find workers to work in the banana fields and in the sugarcane plantation. That's a complaint in construction. Right now, we are going to go through a crisis.
People are coming from abroad for construction.
We have all these roads that we are building. We have all the 2 bridges to replace. You have all these construction going on. We saw what happens with the hospital out in San Pedro, that they got delayed because the contractor couldn't find workers. So there's a reality that we're faced with. It's a good problem to have, where more people are working than before. I am not blaming no BPO and so like I hear other persons.
No,
that is like, spiting yourself. It's a good problem to have. But
No, but a lot of people look for job right now. And that way I say might be true, but who going to work here
then we're going back.
You're going back to the same thing, and if we
We can't have a cake and eat it.
You know, when I try to change your mind, rather your belief, rather your belief.
If you're unskilled, you can't expect a skilled job. If you're not an accountant, a trained accountant, how would you want an accountant job? You have to go get the job that you are trained for, or go retrain yourself. That's a reality.
Listen to me carefully. People now look for job when they can't feed the family. You look for job where you can afford to feed the family. My brother working on a cane field, not cane field, but banana farm. You can't make nothing more because I used to go, a guy used to go there. Every time I say, man, I prepare good teeth. because we really make the
No,
money.
no,
to
no,
feed the
no,
family.
you
no.
see,
How could that make any sense?
How could that make sense? You prefer for
No,
thief.
but listen to me.
Yes, man.
That is a height-
But we
that
can't
is
make
a
you
height of
justify
stupidity.
people saying they
That
prefer
is
for a thief.
stupidness to even want to repeat.
Why would you
I wouldn't
repeat
even
that?
repeat that,
Why
Arthur.
would you say
I wouldn't
that,
even
sir?
repeat that.
Why would you say that, sir?
But it's 2%, brother.
Why
The
you
2%
praise
are correct.
thieving?
Yeah, but I wouldn't.
Thieving,
I understand your position that you don't believe.
You don't believe, that's
that is
fine.
so. And we accept that.
That we accept
I can't
that,
do
that's
anything
fine.
about that.
That's- respect your position.
Oh, please don't repeat the nonsense there, because that is so unnatural.
Talk about people got teeth.
You know?
We know the country. We have
That,
to know
that,
where
that
they
when
are.
you're a thief, you only have two options. You either end up in jail or dead.
Maybe that was wrong.
But I think we'll
What
cut
I'm
this
saying
conversation.
Is that the Prime Minister have to stop telling lies to
And
people.
I don't know that he's telling lie.
Well,
All I'm saying is I'm trying to explain to you how the Statistical Institute
and that come
of
from the
Belize
Statistic
explain
Institute of Belize.
how they
No, nobody said
arrived to
that.
the number. All right? So,
Because how do we need to do that? Get the facts.
Okay, sir. Can we cut the conversation now, sir?
all right.
Because obviously you remain with your opinion. We have and the statistical
I don't have an
Institute
opinion.
knows something else.
I'm
I don't have an
explaining
opinion
to you
neither.
the facts of it.
I just go by the facts. That's how we go by.
All right then, caller. Thanks.
Yeah.
Appreciate the call.
Don't take nobody's side, yeah. don't go.
Gone. But the point is, like I say, we say these things. You know, we have lived our lives. As I look at all of these issues that they pop up, it's always good. I always say if it's
I have
good
no
good
problem,
politics, if good politics, if you see it as the lowest hanging fruit and you want to pluck it,
So
that's
be it.
good politics.
You wanna say?
But it doesn't mean that it's factual.
That's
it doesn't
right.
mean that it's truthful. It means it's good propaganda. Fine, and let's put it in this
Let's put it-
category and move on.
And move on, yeah. Love, can I help?
Good morning, my friend.
Morning, sir.
Hey,
Dr.
Delroy,
Rene
good morning.
And, Don Troy,
Good morning,
Yes,
Dr.
yes.
Delroy.
as Don Hector would say. You know, that well, we not talk and a lot of things they happen.
Yeah.
And so I just thought this morning I would give you guys a little call. First of all, to say good morning and good to see you guys.
Good to hear from you after your hiatus.
I
Famous.
don't know what context you use the term hiatus in, but
Hiatus
that's fine.
famous.
Yeah, but you know, Rene and Troy,
Uh-huh.
one of the first things we have to do is give thanks and praises to the Almighty
Certainly.
for keeping us going
That's right. That's where it starts.
individually and as a nation.
Thank you, God. Yeah, that's where it starts.
And you know, Troy, I know you're not a sportsman, so I'm sure you're excited right now about all that is happening in terms of the World Cup.
Yes, I'm in sports heaven.
You're in sports heaven. Boy, it has been a great World Cup.
yes,
Although-
yes.
Although the VAR has messed up a couple of games, I believe.
Yeah.
Not
Even with the technology, you know.
notwithstanding- Come again?
I say even though the technology is supposed to be accurate, there are a couple of errors indeed. But you know,
Yeah, I have mixed feelings. I'm kind of ambivalent about the VAR thing because sometimes it slows down the game, and sometimes I'm happy that they get the call correct by looking back at it. But sometimes too, I think they get a little bit too picky about certain things. Like for example, the game with Germany, I think Germany got robbed. Then you know what I'm talking about?
yes,
That goal
yes,
that
yes,
scored.
yes. I believe it crossed the line.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but what happened is that they called, when the VAR looked at it back, they called a foul
Yes.
where one of the
Prior to.
the players for Germany, they claimed that he fouled the goalkeeper. And boy, I am yet to see the foul there.
Yes.
But anyway, and I think Iran got robbed too.
Okay, I think we got the point.
And I,
Yeah.
and I also think Ecuador got robbed in that game against Portugal, but that didn't matter because they had already
They gone through. They didn't get robbed last night. Mexico was dominant.
Yeah, but that notwithstanding, I think it has been a very great World Cup. We have seen a lot of goals, we have seen a lot of skill, and we have seen a lot of nationalism from the different
Yes,
countries.
yes.
So-
We'll get there. We'll get there one day too. 'Cause
One day I got the Belize team in the World Cup.
everybody
now.
will get a turn. All of us will get a turn soon.
That's right.
I'll
Well,
be
and we've
there.
learned a lot. The World Cup is not only fun; it's a lot of education too. You know,
It's a-
when you look, you hearing me?
It's a business. Yes.
Yeah. Because when you look at, for example, Norway, their style of celebration, there's a lot of history in it. The rowing, you see the rowing that they do.
the Vikings hat that
Yeah,
they put on and all of that.
Yes,
Yep,
yes,
yep,
yes.
yep. Well, it's good to hear from you, my brother. Anything else?
Yeah.
So I know time
That's been
is
great.
not of the
Well,
essence.
once I call, I have a talk politics.
Well,
So let me do that very quickly.
Do
Make
you,
the political point free for me, boy, because I've done 3 minutes already.
yeah.
All right. Well,
Do you think?
I just wanted to say that Troy, I listened to you and Renee, not Renee,
Renee.
Renee,
on
Monday.
Monday, and I thought it was a very enlightening discussion. I mean, like the back and forth and so on. But I have to say that the matter of one of the issues that is hot in the news right now, I tend to come down more on the position that you took on the matter of what has been happening with Minister Mira and the accusations about family members around him and so on and business connected with them.
Okay.
And I take your position that while we have to be very objective and very forensic about whatever is being investigated and audited, that we can't jump to any conclusions. And I want to first of all give credit to the fact that the Prime Minister has called on the Financial Secretary to engage the Auditor General and to encourage her to do an audit into the particular period where the particular ministry is concerned and those transactions. And we ought not to jump to any conclusions, because what is happening there clearly is something that the Financial Secretary himself has said that it doesn't look good. But you can't be guided by emotions and jump to all kind of conclusions without
That's the
doing
point.
an objective
That's the
audit
point.
into what is happening there.
Yes.
Are you hearing me?
Yes, uh-huh.
Yeah. You have to go by objectivity, by the real situation.
Like I said,
But might as well check out the real situation.
yeah, like how I said just a while ago, I don't have a problem with the political propaganda. It's the lowest hanging fruit.
So
I will
that's
try to
fine.
milk it. I support that. Now, if you want to get into the weeds of the discussion and the factual situation, then that's how I would have to treat every single situation like you're pointing out. But if you say to me, boy, the good politics, just left me alone, make I spin my
Well,
propaganda,
that's understood.
then I step out of the way, because that's not my forte.
And then we say the following
Yeah,
is Delroy's opinion.
You understand me? So
And it's understood.
Yeah.
It's understood that the opposition will try to exploit it for political points.
I don't know,
That
but
is-
That's
That is
understood.
the nature.
That's reality.
yeah.
But at the same time, I think the Prime Minister ought to be given credit for the fact that immediately upon returning to the country after
Well, that's
being
true
briefed
too.
on what was
Yeah.
coming out in terms of the so-called revelation
Well, that is
so.
and so on, that he immediately said, okay, first of all, what I will do is to ask the Financial Secretary, to ask the Auditor General. Can't order her because she has a constitutional duty and a constitutional authority to do what she does in terms of auditing what is happening in government.
Yes.
But as the chief executive of the country, the Prime Minister, also he has the obligation to say, here, what I feel uncomfortable about certain things that have been coming out from that particular era. So please, Mr. Financial Secretary, could you ask the Auditor General to zero in on that and to give us a good,
Yeah, a good report
objective
already go on.
audit
Yeah.
of what is happening there.
Yeah.
And so I think that is all that can be expected of the Prime Minister at this time. And also the fact that he asked the Minister to take a leave of absence from Cabinet, so there cannot be any perception that he is using his authority in government, in the Cabinet, to influence the process or the outcome of it.
Yeah.
I think that is where we are, and we ought to wait on the outcome of the audit for the Prime Minister to make his next move.
Yeah.
I
All
just
right.
want to say that I support entirely the course of action that he has taken in this
That-
regard.
Thanks, Delroy.
Thank you, Delroy. Thank
All
you.
right.
Good morning.
Okay.
And
Thanks for calling. And
what the Prime Minister has done is the most pragmatic way of how any organization has to deal with any sort of fallout in terms of financial
If it
impropriety.
happens, yeah.
If it smells bad, go and check it. and make sure that there's not a dead animal there or anything.
Yeah.
So that's what you have
And
to
the
go and do.
animal,
And that's it.
get rid of it.
Exactly. Then
Right.
you find a way to clean it up.
Clean it up. Clean it up. 2 minutes past 7. Let's take the break and come back with our guest.
Introducing GrowWatt, a global leader.
Yes, sir. It's 8 minutes. It's 8 minutes after 7. 8 minutes. If you gotta be at work at 8, better start getting ready because you might be late.
Yeah.
And of course.
7 de la mañana, 8 minutos, and let's just tell folks, try formally that our guests won't be, due to circumstances beyond their control, will not be in studios this morning. So, as a result, the lines are open all morning.
Sickness happens.
All morning.
Illness happens. But the fundamental issue here is that as an economy. Okay, we have a call.
Yeah.
Let's go. Let's go.
Good morning.
Good morning, Troy.
Morning.
Really, I call in this morning for two things. One, we have a serious problem with our Garifuna journey thing, whatever it take for me, where I try get to Rai Cayetano or Fabian and then make we see how to work it out.
And Garifuna what?
This is for years now.
What Garifuna what?
Well, no, I don't want to ask the U.S. Embassy.
You say what Garifuna something? I don't catch up what you say.
If they can't pick up at the time about the Garifuna journey, the documentary.
Garifuna journey. Okay, yeah,
right?
got it.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
No, I ask if the U.S. Embassy can get involved.
We'll have to go today.
Yes.
We can't
if the
talk
U.S.
today.
Embassy can get involved so that we could pick up this lady who thieved my image and gone and publicly put it all over the world to universities and things.
I know your name. I know your name, but who did talk to me?
Ivan Cecil Jones.
Ivan Jones.
Right? Now, I want to know if...
Yeah, go ahead.
Yes. I want to know if the U.S. Embassy can pick up this lady, just like how Trump and different Americans, they go and pick up man from the crime that believes and carry out. I wonder if they can pick up this lady and make we get to the bottom of this documentary. That's number one.
Number one.
All right,
Number two, when we talk about Belize and the work where they go on at Belize, Delhi police station where the bill can hire Delhi where need job that Belize. And secondly, if you're not politically connected to Belize, there is nothing for you what happened to Belize. Come on, big man, when the Pope come, you were there, you know I play for the Pope. When the Queen they go, we were there. But when the people give back to Ivan Jones and the children for all the things they do for Belize, Care Belize International do work for Channel 5, do all kind of things. Where they give back, where they give me back at 63, where they give me back. They don't give back nothing. None of my children get a scholarship. You never hear about where Ivan Jones do. You never hear nothing. But you hear about them and they were coming in yesterday, were just getting at this spotlight, and you hear about them every day. What happened to we the whole school? Understand?
Yeah, we have to bring you in one at a time, Ivan.
Time they give what black,
We
they
could go
give
here,
it to
yes,
the Palazzo
yes,
for children
story.
that the most
Ivan.
when
That was
I
our Belize
own
watch.
the
Belize
music,
watch, yeah.
I own everything.
Yeah,
But they don't give Ivan Jones the black, they
listen
give
to
it
me,
the Palazzo.
Ivan.
When and the Palazzo don't own children.
Ivan.
Now, what kind of corruption they go on?
Ivan. I was suggesting. Hold on, man.
So I explain to you that when it comes to Belize is still a Columbus kind of country. Belize run by who know you. right?
You want to listen to me?
Yeah, well, listen to you.
I'm suggesting to Chief, because he does Belize Watch, that maybe just for the documentary side of it and for posterity, that he at some point maybe do a Belize Watch with you to
Yes, I wish
run
that
down
would come to pass.
and capture all the accomplishment and things that you are claiming that you have done, so we could get that in some sort of documentary form. So
Yeah.
it's something that we could plan for going forward.
That's right.
Because then that
All right,
also.
good. I wish that could happen.
Well, I'm
I don't have no
I'm
problem
going out
doing
on
it.
a limb here with the chief to say, since you've always called and says it's kind of along the same line. So at least for that, and maybe one or two times we can get you in on the couch as well to discuss some of your.
Feel free
your-
for coming
your-
and talk,
your
Ivan.
stuff,
We
no? All right?
know.
Yes, I'm glad for that. All right, good.
All right.
All right. Yeah, I will ask the
That's what we
producer
could
to
do. We
get in
can't
touch
talk
with
for
you.
everybody else.
You know.
Thank you, Ivan.
Thank you, God, first.
All
Yes,
the best.
yes, man.
Right.
Yeah, you know, at the end of the day, I always look at everybody doing their little part together make the whole, no?
Yeah.
And so it's not about heralding praises, but if it is that there has to be areas of documenting certain things.
certain lives, we happy to do that.
Yeah,
You know,
and I
the best
think
way we
Belize
can.
Watch have been
We try
very,
our best.
very
We're not perfect,
doing-
but we try our best. You know.
doing a sort of excellent job, kind of out there on a limb by yourself. You're getting some support from little sponsors here and there, but it's a labor of love for
It's a
the most
labor of
part.
love, really.
Yeah.
Something I've dedicated myself to bringing
Yeah.
out, to talking to our Belizeans, no? And bringing their lives out. Love can I help?
Hi, morning, Renee. Morning,
Morning, Mr. Lascelles. How are you
Yeah,
doing?
Lascelles, what's going on, man?
You need to inform all the callers as they call, but they give their name so when they call, they be responsible.
Yeah, well, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true. I'll say this again, Lascelles, because we no censor nobody.
We no
We
censor
no block
nobody.
no calls, none of that. It's a
Right.
privilege we provide. We expose ourselves.
Because we could be sued.
as a
Company
organization.
could be sued.
But
Yeah.
I love having the calls
Yeah, me
because
too.
it allows me an opportunity to have a dialogue, and that is how people also share information. I share, they share, and so on. You know?
Hey, Lascelles, you know, as I listen to Try, right? My mind go back to I was the one that started the first telephone calling shows in this country. The first one from BCB when it was censored. By Radio Belize, it was censored. And you have to be very careful, but we start on. And I always champion freedom of expression. Right? As long as you don't offend somebody else and you not tell no
Exactly.
lie. Outright, you know, propaganda lie.
I need,
You know.
I need to work on the talk show them where we could bring in the opposite side every time so you get the full story.
Well, I have no problem. The opposite side has to be heard. There are two sides or three sides to every story. And all the sides better. The more sides you get, the better.
You know, one of the things that I find all the time is that usually the persons, some of the sides that they're pushing doesn't have the merit. And so they never want to come and have the dialogue in terms of the practicality. They have an agenda, and most agendas don't have evidence. Agendas have emotions, and that is one of the things I'm trying my best. In many discussions, I would have to say, hold up, because people are flying off their handle saying things that they have no evidence. Even if you're in a bar room, start to talk facts and truth.
And the person you're saying it about, if you don't have the facts about it, if it's not
And you
true,
always not have.
can come to the station
You
and
always
say,
not have.
here is a note from my lawyer, sir. You know, caller X
Yeah.
or whoever it is, said so and so and so about my client, and you need to pay so and so. So that's why we try to balance it as much as we can.
But we have innuendos,
It's how
gossip,
it is.
create our own perception. We have to wait. We have to do.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to say somebody stole something, that's why the police will say, we are still investigating.
Our good friend the Q says, no call, no name call.
Well, there you go.
Well, I think we are called
Go ahead. Sorry, we don't want to hijack your call.
Yeah, go ahead.
I call this man, I noticed on the news.
Taking the phone, Lascelles, taking the mouthpiece. Your mouthpiece is still low.
I call this man, listen to the news, and I hear that like everybody gave towards the council election. So the different candidates, they set up themselves for run or whatever.
Yeah.
But one of the things is try that we need to, I mean, we always get bamboozled and stuff like that. One of the things we need to do as a citizen of this country and a radio station, whatever it is, what it is that the job description of a mayor or a city council. Because people, you always hear all the wonderful things where they are doing. We might not have nothing to do with being a city council or a mayor. What are the role of a city council in a city? What that is job description? And then let us
Chief, and Google it right now.
and then look at the people who are around.
Google the job of a mayor,
They have the ability
No, it's a mayor
or
in
the
general.
management skill or whatever it is to carry out that kind of responsibility.
You know,
Because here, oh, we are doing this and we are doing that.
you know what somebody said. This might have been 2 weeks ago. I was listening to an international program. There was these primaries that were going on within the United States, and one of the guests that they had on, he says, you know what, the same question was kind of posed as to what you were going to do and whether or not that falls within the purview of the area the representative was looking at. He said, you know what is my job description? He says, when I go out and I talk to the people and I tell them what I'm going to do, that is my job description, because when they elect me, they say that they agree with what I was saying. So I equate that to when we come out with a manifesto. That manifesto becomes a job description if you want to be kind of answer your question. He said, if you vote for me and I win, then it means that you agree with the job description that I put out, which is i.e. the manifesto. You understand what the ideology is? And he said, I don't have to be qualified. You make me qualified. Can you vote for me?
Yeah.
He said, you vote for me. You gave me the qualifications.
Right.
You look at that, because if we see somebody up there that we know not qualified, and they end up winning the election.
Still vote for her.
Yeah, because I always say election is a popularity contest.
And that's why we have to look at the thing is that we have to look at the development of the country.
Let me just read what Mr. Google says. It says, a mayor is the chief elected executive of a city or town responsible for overseeing municipal operation, managing budgets, appointing department head, and representing the community in political and ceremonial roles. The scope of authority depends on whether the city follows a strong mayor or weak mayor system. And I guess
he described the two systems.
Yes, and it talks about what municipal leadership is, what budget management is. So people can go and kind of put in perspective. But again, I come back to what I've heard internationally, and I kind of said, you know what, it made a lot of sense. That if I put a manifesto, because political parties tend to put out manifestos when election time, that's their Bible. And so, if I vote for that, if I vote for that individual based on those promises built into those manifestos, then it means that that's a job description I am agreeing to.
Those are the promises.
Okay, but the reality is that a city council, from my experience, is supposed to, number one, to manage the city. Number two, they have to operate. They need to collect taxes. So, if you listen to I think it's from Benoit Pan, I think it was last year or before, they was talking about taxes that they don't collect.
Yeah.
Right? So let us hear if they talk about how they collect the taxes, millions of dollars. I think one fellow won $4 million in one area and so much million in the next area concerning people who don't pay tax. And then the role of a city council for take care of the city, that means when they talk about I think somebody said the concept in believe somebody.
Well, people used to say those garbage drains and streets or something like that. People used to just try to narrow it down to just that.
They talk about housing, they talk about scholarship, they talk about sports, they talk about a whole lot of things compared to talking about the streets are not paved, the drains are not clean, the garbage are not pick up, the taxes are not collect. The things that run the city, the main basic things that collect the tax.
Street drains and
so
garbage.
When you go off and start to say, I'll do this and do that, and then the streets are not fixed, and whatever not happen, and the lights not there, and all kind of things start to happen, you end up, they get, the sponsor sports, or they do this or whatever, but then the people, when you pay your tax or your property tax, so you pay for, that for make sure you have proper street, the place clean, the garbage they pick up and different things. And so, how much garbage collection? How much people don't pay the garbage collection and stuff like that?
All right.
But
Yeah,
if you
thanks,
take
Marcel.
the limit of money you collect and then you put it into things that are going to do with why the people.
We're getting into that time now, so it's food for thought, and Belizeans can start to demand how it is and what it is that they would want to get from their municipal leaders. No?
I think what we do many times.
Thanks, man.
Thanks, Marcel.
All right, then. Okay.
What we do many times is these manifestos, they come out, and then after the elections, they're distributed, widely distributed, and after the elections, you put them on a shelf, and you don't go over them again.
You mean the voter?
The voter.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get the manifesto, but you don't go over it to hold the council accountable to what is saying in the manifesto. You know? You come promising
but I think
all
LaSalle
this.
view is
Where
a
are
little
we
bit.
with those
LaSalle
promises?
view is he wants to go back to what is considered. All right, let's say the more pragmatic, old school, street garbage, drains, and those things. You do that good for me. Do that as best as you can. I don't want to hear you get involved in no other abstract type.
Actually, being the mayor is more than that.
I'm saying
the city.
Yeah, but you just see how the mindset is like. Why you're the good scholarship. You're into housing. You're into this. You're into that.
Yeah.
You're into sports. And he's saying that might be stretching yourself too thin, and the other areas where I expect you to perform.
If you have good counselors, you assign portfolios and you supervise and make sure that the portfolios are
more
properly
modern
done
now.
and move them around.
morning.
Love, can I help?
Good morning, caller.
Yeah, good morning, Reddy and Troy. Yeah, may I walk down here? I love the discussion.
Hi, Mayor. How did it go?
Yes, man. Yes,
Doing
morning, man.
doing well. Really enjoyed the discussion.
Good to have you, Mayor.
Where you think? What's your view? Lovely that you're
So
called.
again, the role of mayor, and you know, from way back, people used to consider the role of a mayor as a city council, so to speak, just about the garbage, the drains, the streets. But over the years, the role of a mayor has really expanded because many cities all across the region and across the world have recognized that the role of a mayor is not only contained or to that specific area. You have to be able to drive social infrastructure as well. You have to be able to drive local economic development. You have to be able to drive innovation and technology. And how do we maximize the little resources that we collect from the property tax, from the trade license, from the traffic dues, all of those, how can we have that work and address all of those areas of social infrastructure? Our city, they're not just about the streets, and Rene could attest to that. You will have all the best streets in the world, but if you don't have that kind of context with the people, and that you have programs that are people-centered, that are driven by people, and that is why over the years you have seen cities begin to evolve and really integrate all of those aspects of local governance. Like when our residents get up in the morning, Rene, and he or she starts his or her vehicle and begin to traverse along that road, that person begins his or her interaction immediately with local government as he's driving on a nice road. When he goes to work in the morning and he comes back home in the evening, he expects that his garbage is to be collected, and so all of this, I'm saying to say that the role of mayor is not just contained as to what is in the books, but the role has expanded over the years.
According to what I see up on the internet, it says core responsibilities of a mayor, and you could comment on these: municipal leadership, acting as the top executive of the local government, guiding policy and strategy, budget management, drafts and presents the annual municipal budget, setting spending priorities across departments. Department oversight appoints and supervises leaders of police, fire, public works, and other city service. Well, you know, the police, fire, others, but this is obviously But department,
it's a
you have-
US structure.
It's a U.S. structure, but department oversight.
Yeah, 'cause it's
But you
very-
have oversight for the various departments that the council has. Then legislative authority signs or vetoes ordinances and resolutions passed by the city council. Community representation serve as the public face of the city, representing it in intergovernmental negotiations and ceremonial events. And emergency leadership, I know you do that one there too. Coordinates responses to crises such as natural disasters or public safety threats, like in hurricanes and things like that. So, so it's a wide scope of responsibilities beside the garbage, picking up the garbage and the and that kind of
Precisely,
thing.
Rene,
there.
it comes right back to leadership and
So you need a
articulating
quality
a
leader.
vision and articulating what you want to achieve for your city. It's not just about those basic, this garbage and those are the basic rule, and it varies across different cities. Some cities, the mayors have the control of the police and the fire.
Yeah.
In our context, we don't have that.
Yeah, well,
And that is why
that's a
we have
really
always
different
been
story.
agitating for
But you got your lead traffic police too, huh? So
Yeah, we do have our
Okay, traffic
enforcement
violence
officers
also, so you do have
that we manage. But I like the discussion, and it is a relevant discussion given the time of the year.
exactly.
And
Exactly.
Well, we appreciate the call indeed, because what
election.
you have done since 2018 is to kind of change the dynamics. You made the whole mayorship a more central, visible component of the city, because for the most part, municipal governments used to kind of just be docile and kind of in the background. But since 2018, you kind of add the business aspect and create a level of flourishing. Things like the super sales and those things that I saw as initiative to drive the various dynamics within a city is probably more in line with the definition that is within the context of the internet.
The internet
but
description
but,
we get.
but it doesn't change the fact that there are certain areas that people still ascribe to the municipal government, such as the street drains and garbage, which you
Well, that's
alluded
part
to,
of
no?
maintenance, you know.
That's-
That's maintenance.
Yeah.
That's good maintenance.
But
you know.
But what I would want to leave you with, Rene and Troy, is that the mayors of the future there will be continual shift, because now the mayors of the future will face new challenges. And how do we as mayors face those challenges? Climate change, AI. These are the new challenges of mayors in the future. How do we do intervention, whether it be climate adaptation or climate mitigation? How do you as mayor, how do you drive policies and programs to improve public transportation in your city? These are the new challenges that will face the future mayors of tomorrow.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
well,
Not the basic garbage stuff, but greater things that go ahead.
No, sorry. One question. I was talking about manifestos and so, and I know mayors and councillors, when they're contesting these elections, to put out a manifesto. But many times that manifesto is not fulfilled in the manner that it's described, as it's presented, right? Fully.
Yes.
Whether it be for lack of funding, for lack of whatever. But I think we as a people, we have to take our responsibility now and take these manifestos and hold the municipal authorities responsible, and even the governmental authorities, we go way up there, responsible for implementing what they promised to do.
Yeah, and manifesto.
Because you
is
promised
very
me something. If I vote for you, you will fulfill this, right?
I follow.
So if you could do, if you never do it, explain to me why you never do it.
Yeah,
Let me
I
understand
fully
why you
support
didn't do it,
and
because you promised me I voted for you based on the fact that you promised me this, right?
That's
So,
why Rene, they have to do marked manifestos. Marked manifestos, meaning that meaning that you can achieve what you
Yeah.
you
manifesto.
can achieve. You give
I
me,
can
yeah.
speak from our,
Don't pretend me
I
a
can
pie in the
speak
sky
from
and
our
fool me.
manifesto, Rene, that when I look at our manifesto, and at some point in time, I will bring that manifesto to the students, and we'll go through.
I'll be happy to
We have
do a
achieved-
show like that,
we have
Mayor,
achieved,
where we
this
go through
council
point
has
by point in
achieved
your manifesto and see how far
essentially
you're going with it.
80%.
You know?
Yeah.
Go ahead. Yeah.
So I'd be happy for a show like that, Mayor, where we could sit down and discuss point by point in the manifesto,
Yes.
where you achieve, why you couldn't achieve this. Because, we're not 100% perfect.
everything
Nobody's
100.
expecting 100% perfection.
Exactly.
But you
Exactly.
explain to the people, I never do this because of this. Right? But we achieved this, this, and that. And you explain to the people because you're accountable to the people who vote for you.
Precisely.
One question that keeps popping up, and somebody texted is the issue of tax collection. If you consider it still a difficult and daunting task to be able to achieve a high percentage of collection.
Well, that has to do with consistency and the kind of systems and processes you put in place, and some how you drive your collectors. So I can see that when we first came into office, property tax was one of the main core areas that was really lagging behind in terms of collection. That was hovering around 67 to 68% compliance. We have now have that over 90%. You'll never be able to achieve fully 100% in collection.
Yeah.
Our trade license is always 99%, close to 100%. Traffic has always performed well. As a matter of fact, traffic fees per month that we collect has really raised from approximately 400,000 per month to now like close to 560,000 per month.
Traffic offenses.
Overall, the city revenues, when we came into office in 2018, average on an annual basis about 24 million. We have improved that. We have really increased revenue collections to close to 31 million annually now. So you can see that the city is growing. Everywhere you go and drive in Belize City, you see it is growing, and that is a testament to the confidence that the business owners and the residents have in investing in Belize City. And one day, soon, Rene will come in with the manifesto.
Mayor, we open anytime.
My team and we will go
anytime.
through it. And you'll be able to cross it out, exit out, or correct it if we don't do it, and we will have a good discussion.
The invitation is open to all municipalities, Mayor.
Thanks for the call.
Anytime.
Thanks for the call.
Have a good day, guys.
Yeah,
thank you so much for calling.
Responsive and interactive.
Yeah. Thank you for that, Mayor. Mayor Wagner.
Because that is one of the areas. But let's.
It's 7:35.
I reminded us before the break that today is for the election of boundaries. The transfer period starts. No, it's July and August.
Transfer, yeah.
Yeah. So this is the only time in the year that you can transfer
from one division
to the next.
Yeah. Let's take the break, Mr. Troy-Gab, and come back with more open lines, because that's all we'll do this morning. Hear from people.
Yes, 25 minutes to 8 o'clock. Got to be at work at 8. You better get moving, otherwise you will be late.
Yeah.
Take a break.
Good morning. The weather was generally fair last night with only isolated shower activity, except for southern Toledo, where a few showers and some light rain occurred. Relatively dry conditions over the region will support mainly fair and warm weather today. The 24-hour forecast is for mostly sunny skies today and partly cloudy skies tonight. Showers or thunderstorms will be isolated, with the low chance for a few more over the extreme south tonight. High temperatures today will be around 88 degrees Fahrenheit on the coast, 93 inland, but only 82 degrees in the Mountain Pine Ridge. Winds over the open sea will be from the east at 10 to 15 knots, and the seas will be choppy. The outlook for Thursday and Thursday night is for continuing mainly fair and warm weather, with only isolated showers or isolated thunderstorms developing. There is a high tide at 10:21 this morning, and the low follows at 5 minutes to 6 this evening. Another high is at 11:57 tonight, and another low at 4:48 tomorrow morning. The sun rose at 5:21 this morning and will set at 6:31 this evening. The moon sets at 6:38 this morning and rise again at 6 minutes after 8 tonight. In the tropical weather outlook, tropical cyclone formation is not expected in our area of interest during the next 48 hours. In the sargassum update, there is a medium to high chance of more sargassum mats affecting coastal destinations during the next few days, producing low to moderate impacts. With that, we end this report from the Belize Weather Bureau.
It's now 20 minutes to 8 o'clock, las 8 menos 20 minutos en nuestros estudios. Buenos días, good morning, Belize, and thanks for choosing love on a beautiful... Let's go try, let's go try, let's go try, let's go try.
The manifestos are more politics than economics. Somebody texts me and say, yes, it is hump day.
But
It
that is
the
where
first
we
day
come
of
in
July.
as the people, Mr. Troy Gap. We need to get the manifestos and keep them wrong and hold the government accountable for fulfilling the manifesto when they promise we.
Somebody says politics today is a complete different from last millennium. I agree with Mayor Wagner. Every day will be new challenges.
That's right, I
With
agree.
AI, climate change, and the increase in garbage, the cities and municipalities are expanding by leaps and bounds. More businesses operating, creating more garbage to be collected. Concerning manifestos, yes. At the end of the term, a report card need to be done if you are canvassing to projects you know you couldn't accomplish.
Yeah, we can't. Tell me why.
We
I
all
mean,
understand
you know.
even businesses and central government budgeted and have shortfall, but
Exactly.
come back and explain.
Explain. You said that to me. That's where the shortage is. You know, they don't come and they don't feel like they have to explain,
Yeah.
right? And we don't hold them accountable to explain. Now you promised to bill me X, Y, Z, right, for the comfort of my people. Why didn't you do it? Why couldn't you do it? Well, explain to me that I couldn't do it because I couldn't find the money and so on, so on. So I tried and I tried in this direction, I couldn't find it. And just be accountable. That's all.
And,
You know?
and on top of that, though,
Accountable to the people.
I also believe in this
Don't take it for
political
granted.
realm that we exist. The opposition plays a
That's
key
where the
role
opposition
as well
comes in too.
to be able to hold the elected officials to account.
That's why you always need a strong and vibrant opposition. We're not opposed to oppose
You see,
sake, but to
sometimes-
oppose constructively.
When
Right.
we used to beat up on the People's United Party when they were in opposition because there are times when they appear very docile and non-existent until such time that they start to kind of revive. The same thing we say with the United Democratic Party. You can't go away and hide for a period of time. You need to be vibrant, and you can't just
Call
be
it out for
cherry
what it
picking
is.
on the issues. There are many issues that you need to be on top of, and you can't be just waiting for some big explosion to occur that you could jump on. So we always have to continue to support the whole concept of opposition.
The concept was is to hold the government accountable for its actions, right?
And opposition
You know?
doesn't have to always be a political party,
No.
but it could be some sort of
Movement,
activist group.
it could be a group. It could be
Unions
you,
or
Mr.
unions.
Tiger.
Yeah,
How
I could
can
be an
help?
advocate to hold the government accountable.
Love, good morning.
Hey, Dan, blessing in the morning, Benny. You
Hi,
surely
John.
could help me. Top of the morning, Troy, blessings.
Blessings, John.
All right, Troy, make we hit this mayor thing on the head one time.
Boom.
The mayor, that the overall boss, that not him to do everything. He just supposed to depend on computer and check that the storeroom
That's all you gotta do.
and the thing then they distribute out of the storeroom person, the give one analysis every day so that he could see the itemize the thing so that he could know that the bolts then where would they buy, they go somewhere else and they go on the tractor. You call that accountability. Now what happened is that the mayors then bypass that thing because of the hustling, just like Mira, right?
Hey, no call no name caller because still there a court. That have to, we don't want to go down no court right now.
No make we jump the choice in our chief. I just compare the
You
thing.
might say just like the accusations being made
They're not
against him, that's a
accusations,
different
chief.
story.
I just to draw one example,
Right.
and the example real.
Yeah,
But okay.
Everybody know. And
That's
it
the way
just
you
have
do it, you
people,
know. No,
and
no,
it
nobody
just
sue
have
me.
the thing. Make we go on.
We now live in a very litigious
Yes,
society.
Yeah, I understand that, Troy.
I
Make
lose
we
my
move
lawsuit
on
at
then.
$20,000, yeah,
And
cost
make
me
we
the
move on
least.
to turning real Troy.
Yeah, man, go there,
No.
John, go there.
We had to talk about that the accountability of the thing.
All right, fair enough.
Yeah.
But let's stick with it. Let's stick
Let's
with
stick
that.
with the issue.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Right. The issue is that the mayor supposed to be the overall overseer,
That's
Okay,
right.
there you go.
and why the garbage truck smell stink when it pass the residents there supposed to be on concern of the mayor.
Yeah.
Now, if the mayor, they hook up with the storeroom, then you know that when they buy disinfectant, but the disinfectant, no, they go find the garbage truck to clean it. That's why the mayor roll there and not put it wrong and wrong, they do a whole pile of things. Now, when it comes to the streets, that's why the mayor designate people role be responsible for certain things.
Yeah.
His job that for make sure that the people responsible and the people where they complain about the people responsible is addressed. That is the job of the mayor.
Right. Okay.
Right? So we don't want it to get. I like the mayor, I like the Dangria mayor, I love her bad.
All right.
Now what happened is that Troy, the next thing, when I have to apply.
What about you register?
Yeah,
You register in a Dangriga or you?
I know both. I don't like politicians. I don't deal with politics.
You love the man better than anyone. Vote for him.
people, either activists, either communists, I
Boy.
believe in working together, moving together, everybody
They're right,
together. I
though.
don't believe in
All right, John.
pyramid.
Yeah, John, you must say something, but applaud
Yeah.
something.
All right, good. And I like that you hit me up, and I want to. So I have to applaud you to invite them people, make them come on the couch. No make them afraid. Because
Not
I say
afraid.
you fight, you can. Watch out when I even talk, just know people at Japan who interested in when he said they listen, they hear. You understand? And I have to say that Belize, we might look on it small, but we believe they're worldwide. We have the Japanese, then Konya, then land Garifuna, and then go back to Japan.
You're a beautiful countryman. Go ahead.
Irrelevant, Chief. But we're not disseminated with the Garifuna population, especially. The mind small, the mind not broad enough because the exposure that like where we come pan again, and I have to do this point.
Wrap up for me.
The wrap up that this choice is that we have to stop look for people where they hustle and criticize them. We have to start with own agitation and put fire on them, burn fire on them. I will give you a simple example. You have the Delil Academy right there, so Delil, and you have the Golisi. The Ministry of Agriculture facilitates one greenhouse there, and it's hard to find the people then who are responsible for make them give you authority to make you use the greenhouse. There's some reason or the other they got box your door. So you need people who got a like mind so we could set fire and burn fire upon the people, even if we have to sacrifice and move them. That's the way democracy about, so it's not about sit back and watch people and they do a whole pile of paparazzi.
All right, Mr. Communist who want democracy.
Democratic communist. Democratic communist, man.
I couldn't resist.
The first communist, that is Jesus Christ.
All right then.
Yeah, first communist.
Why, I don't know. You create another controversy for a reason.
Make we go before we get in a confusion.
Yeah, create another controversy now.
What's that?
Since 12 months, we left the woman, left the house and follow him.
All right.
Communism working together so that we could get the Bible, so that we could get the good news to the whole world, and that's the way they cause the confusion.
All right, John.
Hey, joy, blessing, Chief. I love that all over the place.
Yes, everywhere.
Yes, John.
Everywhere.
Thank you, John.
Enjoy your hump day, John. Enjoy your hump day.
All right,
later.
John. Okay.
Don't know. Boom.
Yes.
Boom. All right.
I mean,
John,
the issue
controversy
of municipal leadership is always it's sort of novel. It was a wrong, but it was more tokenism in early
right.
part. Up until 2000, we never used to elect our mayor. Mayor used to be elected by the councillors on a yearly rotation.
Until you had a weak mayor system in the whole day.
Yes. It was
now
more,
you have a strong mayor system.
Yeah, more tokenism. It's like, you're going to be mayor this year. Then I'll be mayor next year.
Yeah.
You're going to be mayor out of the cadre of persons selected. Because remember, there used to be 7 first for Belize City.
Because the weak mayor was merely a ceremonial type
yeah, and then
person.
in 2000, we passed the legislation where we
They have a strong mayor now. The strength of the mayorship.
The mayor become an institution.
Yeah, you have to draft a budget, you have to lead
and
the,
so you
council,
elect a mayor.
Fire
vote
department heads, make sure
vote
everything works.
directly for the mayor,
Yeah,
and you
different story.
And you're on his portfolio.
You know, old people like you and myself could relate to both systems. So,
yes, sir.
Love, can I help you?
Yeah, ready, Lassell again.
Yeah, Lassell.
Because I need to say it out that I appreciate the mayor calling just now.
Oh, yes, I do too.
And if you listen to how he talk, it's very important.
That is.
You could listen to her and you can understand he have good management skill.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And I notice he talk about the money part, about the tax part, and that type of thing.
Yeah.
No make none of them, everybody where they run for mayor come and tell you, we are doing this, we are doing that. The question we need from the studio that was asking, and where part the money come from for that?
Exactly.
Where the money come from for that?
Exactly.
How much money the council collect right now? You see the mayor starting to get in, I mean, 60%
what their projection?
Collection, they are 90% now, right?
Yes, man.
Because you cannot run a city the way how the mayor believes run the city with collecting 50 or 60% of the tax.
No,
and
sir.
promise the moon and the stars, knowing that you only have money for pick up garbage.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Pay salary. The mayor, you see the mayor, because of his good management skills, he could go into innovations and buses and
new ways
and that type of thing,
doing
because
things.
you have already passed the next stage where most other municipalities not pass it.
Yeah.
So whenever anybody come in, how much the municipality collect right now? How much is salary? How much whatever it is, well left.
Yeah.
Right? And what you do with well left, how you promise 10 things and you only could do maybe one more thing. And I think that the kind of conversation we want to have with the mayors when the one where they run, they promise a whole lot of things, knowing fully well they only collect money from maybe just salary, pay utilities and whatever.
I think, Lassell, that is important, what you're saying, because we need to understand that through our taxes, by paying our taxes, we are in fact the owners of what is happening, right? You know, we are contributors to the upkeep of our city or municipality, and not by paying our taxes. So if you are receiving our taxes, then we have a right to demand from you, the money you are receiving from us, how are you spending it?
Right.
Right?
And then have
please explain to me how you are spending it and how you project to spend it. And we should all, as citizens, be interested in what is happening and if we are benefiting from the taxes that we are paying. You know, so every citizen have to have a voice and say, well, this is the question, this is the question, that, and the question, this.
Spend this money on, and then the thing we are supposed to spend it on, we are not getting.
Yeah.
And I think that kind of conversation, the mayor had a good example of how he run the city. I noticed the main thing out of his mouth was the collection of the money so that he could do these things that they promised.
And the authorities, because they are collecting public funds, have a duty to report to us how they are spending these funds.
Every year we're supposed to give a report, quarterly report, whatever it is, so we know how the money is spent.
Exactly.
So we know because once they inform people, they will lack intelligence.
Inform people.
If you don't inform them, then people will go off and say, oh, they know they do this or that. But if you inform me and say, look here, we really want to do that, but we know they collect the money for it, and these people are they pay the tax or whatever. What do you do about the tax collection?
Yeah.
We have a major issue. We got a major issue, like I said, from Belmopan. We got a major issue concern traffic. And I know Belize might have the same thing when I say, like, trying to come to work 8 o'clock in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
What do you do about the traffic where people they get out work late?
That's why we pay taxes, because solve the traffic problem and things like that.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, right. The main things there I need for think, no? But it's good that the mayor come in, and I think people are the wait for when they come in and talk about what he have achieved with the manifesto, so that it could be an example of other people when they look for run for mayor, how to run a city.
Yeah.
And I think that is important. I like the conversation, and you see it talk with authority.
Yeah.
When he talk this morning, very, very good.
Very good, very good.
He's supposed to set out, right?
Yeah.
Thanks,
man.
Thanks, Marcel. And like I said, we are here to...
That you start the conversation, don't worry.
Yeah.
Yes, he's the one that brought the whole mayoral thing.
Yeah.
But the fundamental issue here, again, is the way this democracy works is a popularity contest.
Yeah.
And sometimes persons are more enamored by the personalities as opposed to the substance of what it is that they're presenting.
Yeah.
And so we have to always remember that we're running on a two-tier structure. Because some people say, I just like Chief. Even though Chief doesn't say not much, I am just enamored by him and by his presence, and therefore I will vote for him.
Mm-hmm.
And so we end up with somebody who is more popular than having any substance.
Than substance.
And that has happened.
Love, can I help?
Yeah, hello, good morning.
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 Yeah, Renee, I try, morning.
Yes, why? I haven't heard you for
I
a few days.
mentioned about transfer.
Oh.
Right?
Uh-huh.
The transfer period they start. But how we are got transfer and redistricting they come up? I don't understand it. Why on the transfer if you are got redistricting? Why not hold up for transfer and do the redistricting? You know?
That wouldn't affect it though, Carla, because what happened is that
it affect it because you are redistricting and then people going in other areas.
No. What happened is,
thinking about it.
Listen to me.
Thinking it through.
July and August are transfer month every year. So if I live, hold on. If I live on Dean Street and I move to say Freetown Road, that is a change of address. So it changed my electoral position.
That's right.
But when the redistricting come about, when it starts to
Wherever
cut off the
fall,
city,
you fall.
wherever you were transferred to, that's where you're going to be. So in this case, if Freetown becomes a division that has so much people and I fall within that demarcation, then that's where I will now
Even
vote.
the transfer from Mesopotamia to Freetown.
So it doesn't do anything to it.
It doesn't affect it.
You understand?
Because there are lines, there are imaginary lines.
I believe, Troy, the redistricting should happen first. I hold up and transfer.
Well, that's your opinion, and we can respect that.
System will work out. Then you deal with transfer if people want.
Redistricting is not hard to imagine, Carla. It is about numbers. It is about your electoral.
It's about redistricting and not try before the next election. We are going redistricting. That's the way the prime
before the next general election.
No man, the election, Troy.
No man, you know the here where they tell you what happened.
We're not 2026.
Listen to me. There will be no redistricting before the municipal. So let's put that out there.
Yeah.
There is no pragmatism for that to occur between now and March of next year. There is nothing pragmatic that could be done for that. The reality for me exists 2030 or whenever the general election it will be called. It should be done before.
Before 2030, no?
Yeah, because remember, every year you do transfer between July and August. It's every year. So this year transfer, I am confident, will not affect anything or have any impact on the redistricting, because the redistricting will not happen between now and March. That's my gut feeling and my honest, pragmatic feeling.
I understand you are not try. All I'm saying, they said the redistricting will happen 2026 this year. That's all I'm saying.
I didn't hear no date. I heard the Prime Minister.
I hear before it happened this
year. I must have not been listening to the same.
And I just said before you do
before the general elections. I remember saying before municipal.
Somebody says the redistricting is not necessary to be first if you understand maths. I don't know.
Yeah, true.
Let me explain the redistricting thing quickly as you call it up, caller. Basically, all the law says is that we must have all divisions almost equal. We've seen where this huge disparity exists. So now we have to cut up the thing. Where it happened right now, you know some representative, they fudge and some division might be lost because many of them would collapse into each other. So all of that dynamics has to be worked out. So you'll find out that even in the redistricting, you'll find efforts at gerrymandering trying to occur. Meaning I'm trying to cut something to suit me.
So I could win again, yeah.
You understand? So
but you come to my point. That's exactly the point.
Yeah. So the point is that let's say redistricting takes place, say, in 2028, right? In 2028, say March, for argument's sake. Everything else after that is going to be on that new system. So when the transfer period come around, the new set of divisions with their supposedly almost equal amount of voters in there are going to already be
As a
established.
matter of fact, even better that you transfer before the redistricting occurs.
So you can be counted
So
in
you
that,
can be counted in that particular area.
The area.
Yeah.
And
So
that will
it's
happen.
logical.
And by law, every June and August,
should happen before.
every July and August is
You transfer
months.
and then you redistrict.
Right? Meaning, because people move, you might build your new house on a different location. Remember, it doesn't have to be only in the city or wherever. You could move out to Ladyville. You could move to other areas where you got a piece of land, you build your house, and then you move, you see? But you don't want to move for your, you don't want to move for your spot. You don't want to move for your spot. You born and grow there.
Well, I stay by his spot, boy.
Thank you, man. We have to go to break.
Yeah, man.
My brother, thanks for calling, man. I look forward to your calls, man. Thanks for calling.
I say under the car, but I want to blow cars. I say, afraid of fighting you.
Bro, man. You know me and you are far way back.
Yes, man. Yes.
Stop anytime. We are talk anytime.
Yes, Good, man. I appreciate the call.
Well, thanks for calling, my brother. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for calling.
Take care.
All the best to you. Thank you.
We need to take a break.
Yeah, it's at 2 minutes past 8. We'll take that break and come back.
Over the past 5 years,
9.5 minutes past 8 o'clock. Las 8:09 y piquito. Buenos días. Good morning, Belize. Thanks for choosing love. It's a beautiful. ¿Qué día es hoy, Mr. Troygueb?
Día del Humpo.
Okay.
It's a Wednesday, Chief. It's the first day of July.
It's the first day of July,
You know,
the second month of the hurricane season.
The United States independence comes up on the 4th of
4th
July.
of July, we want to wish all U.S. citizens happy
That will
Independence
be
Day.
Saturday, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's Saturday. I won't be here after today, so I want to wish all U.S. citizens happy
Independence Day. You know, they celebrate big time. You know.
Yeah, usually, well, it's a Saturday, but
Saturday.
usually for them, you know, it's a like big weekend. You know, like if it falls on a Friday or Thursday, you know, but it's big celebration for
Big
them. It's
celebration.
250th anniversary.
250 years. That's a very important milestone, you know, Mr. Troygueb.
Yes,
250 years of being an independent
nation.
nation. That's historic.
Yeah, it's a significant
You know,
maturity.
very significant.
They've gone
thing.
through all
But
the very changes.
we did less below 50.
Oh, yes. Well, 1981.
1981, yeah.
To now, so we'll be about, what, 45 years old?
Yeah, 45,
Yeah, so there you go. We're
still learning. We're still in the learning process and
Yeah,
still in the
and-
growing process, you know.
Yes.
Imagine ourselves
I would
200
say
years from now, Mr. Troygueb. Where will we be 200 years from now?
Yeah, we won't be here, but we know that, you know, the country should still be here.
Should still be here.
They
I
like
think
to
what's coming up next is, well, that's a bit of anxiety is the ruling from the ICJ, no? That's
Yeah.
coming up very soon.
Yeah,
Yeah.
probably between now and maybe middle of next year.
Yeah.
A fair
So I guess
timetable.
that's something that we have to keep our eye on.
Yeah. Well, you know, we've always been concerned about that because, you know, there's always litigation risk.
Yes, a
Whenever
risk.
you go to the courts, you know, and you know, while we want the best outcome, you know, you always have your tongue-in-cheek kind of feeling every
Yeah.
time you go to court.
You're always nervous.
and-
But still, it's a civil way of solving disputes, no?
Well,
Rather than
it's a
fighting.
feel that's a way to kind of see if we could get this matter resolved.
Mm-hmm.
We feel very strongly, I mean, as was pointed out during the whole time that was leading up to the referendum, as we tried to fulfill what our constitution had, because the only way to settle had to be, to make that decision to go to the
Through a
ICJ would
referendum,
have
yeah.
been through referendum. And the campaign was that we have a strong case based on all the evidence
what-
that we
that was
had
the campaign, yeah.
in our corner. And, you know, like I said, the litigation risk always had me in a sort of limbo, in a kind of no category kind of way, because, you know, I always was I'm very wary when you take and put all your eggs in that basket. But the majority, we have to go in a democratic system, and we go where the majority takes us. And the majority says, let's take it to the courts to have this matter adjudicated and possibly and ruled on. So, and we are hoping
Well,
that the
I
ruling.
can recall when the father of the nation announced the date for independence in May of 1980. Imagine, in May
I
of
remember.
1980. He did say in that particular speech that going to the ICJ would be the way to solve the dispute. You know, and that might end up being the way to solve the dispute. He did say that in the independence speech, when he announced the date of
Yeah.
independence in 1980.
Yeah.
You know, so and it came to pass that same way. You know?
And it was always that it was felt that that's the way to go, but it had to have been mutual, meaning both sides had to agree
to go.
And that, and
But I can't carry that quote if
you always had resistance. Well, in this case, it had to be mutual, because the way how it is that I have to be able to accept the fact that whatever happens at the court will be finite, and I won't continue my claim after this. If it is, say, Guatemala is not successful in achieving anything or gaining anything, then the agreement is, by virtue of them going to the referendum, that whatever the court does is final, and finite. The same way how right now when you go to the CCJ, the Caribbean Court of Justice, which is our apex court, whatever decision is made there, it's finite.
Yeah. Zab, good morning.
Hello.
Hello.
Yes, Chief. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning,
Brother Troy.
What's going on, Mr. Chairman?
Good morning, Brother Troy. Good morning.
Good morning. What's new?
It look like we know. It look like we have to enjoy the last few months of you guys, no?
Why?
Well, Chief, I know you're the Governor General designate, no?
Listen to me. I want to make them confiscate back your phone.
Why? No. Not do me that, Troy. Not do me that. That one is long enough. 1 month. 1 month. Well, I know you have the power, you know, Troy. You have the power because
no, got none. I only to play flex. I don't got none of that power.
Okay, boy, you need to go try hide my phone there already.
What's new?
Yes,
What's
Chief,
new?
So you're undergoing the training, Chief? You're going to the...
Hey,
I'm not training by yourself. Put my legs on.
Hey, no cause, no trouble.
Troy, so we also miss you too, Troy?
No, I'm not going nowhere. No worry. No, listen to me. Hey, listen to me.
I hear you and drive one special purpose vehicle.
Not true? Listen to me.
I hear you and drive one special purpose vehicle.
Listen to me. Listen to me.
Towards social security,
hold on, man. This is my therapy. I can't give up my therapy. I have to continue my therapy, and how I ever miss you guys. I can't have that happen, man. I will be going nowhere. I will be going over.
You will continue driving the Love FM vehicle too, along with the special purpose vehicle?
Well, listen, I believe that we can multitask and do several things at the same time. But the point is this, is that I think that a structure that the government has come up with I think is very novel, and it's very protected. And what I'll do, I'll explain it, but to answer your question very succinctly, that no, I enjoy my time here, me and the chief and everybody, and interacting with you guys.
Yeah.
It's my therapy, man. I can't give that up. Trust me.
Okay, but you're saying that you're not going to drive the special vehicle into Social Security?
No. What happened is Social Security does have a special, but what has happened is that government has decided that they want to build some government buildings. They want to do a building specifically for the judiciary, particularly the High Court and the Appeals Court. And what they have done is they formed an entity similar to maybe what the borough administration did with Bill. They form an entity that is supposed to now go out and source funding from the private sector, raised through bonds. Government will rent these buildings because government is renting buildings right now all over the city. That same money is going to be used to pay rent, and that rent is what is going to be financing the bond. So the process for somebody like myself is to go out and raise that funds, and then you get the construction done. The government moves into these buildings, the bonds are paid off, and then subsequently over a period of time, the building is given to the government. So the state end up owning back that over a period of time. But during the time while the bond is being paid off, the building is being properly maintained. Because, government has always been accused of not being able to maintain. So all of that is built into the structure to be able to give these two. Right now the project calls for two buildings. One is for the judiciary, as I mentioned, and then one is going to be for the public service on a whole. Maybe you have natural resources all over and different little departments all over the place, the rent. Those will all migrate over to that specific building, kind of like within the same concept of the Eleanor Hall building that exists right now. And it's going to be done in that same area on a 7-acre plot. That's the general plan, no? But there's no exposure from any authorities. The government Social Security is putting in a small equity so that they could have ownership, and the government is putting in the land. But that's the sum total of the exposure, and they get that back through dividends, while the bondholders get paid by virtue of the cash flow from the rental derived from the government. which is monies they already budgeted for rental, no? So it's a very guilt-ended investment for the bondholders.
Brother Troy.
Yes, sir.
You carry me wrong one long road to explain the situation.
Yeah, because
when the Belizean people begin to hear about bondholders and now then
Belizean people, man, Belizean
vehicles. Hold on. So I listen to you when you made the talk.
Yes, go ahead.
I want you to please listen to me.
And
when you get involved in all of these complicated situations and about how the rent you raise the funds from local investors and the rent going to maintain the building and pay up. Listen to me, Troy. You have the Prime Minister on speed dial. One button you press and the Prime Minister answers the phone. Man, make we not go down that road, Troy. If the government needs a building, look how the Taiwanese just recently donated a spanking new building for the Ministry of Foreign Affairs in Belmopan. The Americans are all into the rule of law. That's a pittance for the Americans to donate one building for the judiciary of this country. So let us pursue that purpose, man. When you talk about, you know what I'd want to see in my lifetime? I want to see that government cut off all of these rent that they're paying people out there. Now you're telling me now, for government to own a judiciary building now, you want rent from private sector for the next 30 years? 30 years from now I am 100 years old. I will never see it in my lifetime.
May I
your Prime Minister, tell him to speak with the American, with the U.S. Embassy. We need a building for the purposes of the proper maintenance of the rule of law in this country. Get a grant from the U.S. government, man. We just get $250 million where they want to squander for nothing. Huh? Why are we going down that road?
Which money that is squander? Which one? Are you talking the MCC money?
Yes, man.
No, but isn't that earmarked for specific purposes? And that is under the supervision of the U.S. authorities too, right?
But
now,
I am saying, man, do not complicate the lives of the Belizean people to an ex-bondholders, one group of bondholders. When people hear bondholders, it means that the government is putting the Belizean people in further bondage.
No.
We don't want to go in any more bondage. I mean, stop talking to us about the
I could understand your skepticism, but the point is, understand the business structure. Right now, government is renting from all these persons, which you just pointed out just now. So, about 2 years ago, when this whole project was discussed, we had the then Senate Minister Koi and the FS was here when they first launched this ideology. And the same concept we were talking about, and eventually that is what is being put in place now, where there is this level of liquidity within the Belizean system. And government,
you with all of those things.
The government is using...
But listen to me carefully.
No, if you
listen to me carefully.
Yeah, go ahead.
Government is renting, and the purpose of this is for government to stop. Government will continue to be renting only because you're going to be changing monkey for black dog.
Man, no.
You're going to be changing your landlord.
Yes, but the concept here is that the government is also an owner of that same entity, and in addition, the government is going to eventually own. Where the government is renting right now, there is no way, no how that the government will end up being the owner and the people of Belize being the owner of those particular buildings. And the government would not have paid a cent more than it would have been paying anyway for the rental. That's the bottom line. That's the linchpin.
All I'm saying, how much are we paying? How much are we paying in rent for the Ministry of Foreign Affairs building in Belmopan?
But we need to move on. I mean, the government will be able to say, I can't answer for government.
Let me explain. Let me end by saying just start with government, man. Maybe we get a grant from the U.S. government to build these structures, man. Let us not burden the Belizean people with the next 30 years of renting, because all we are doing now is just changing the landlord.
All right.
The Belizean people need to be
Okay.
relieved of these kinds
say
of things,
free
man.
Belizeans are
And
buying
when we
building,
stop
buying
paying the rent to these landlords,
Yes,
then we might be able to lower the cost
see
of
if
living
we
on
get
the
a
backs
free
of the
building. That's
Belizean
what you're
people.
saying.
So
That
try
is
to get
why
the building
fuel
for
is
free.
so high, because the
build it.
government have to find money every month to be paying these landlords, man. We
Yeah.
own a spanking new modern Ministry of Foreign Affairs building in Belmopan, and it came to us free of cost. Let this government go there and find the grant fundings, man, to
All right.
build this building. In the absence of that, then let us continue the arrangement where we are.
May
We
I-
not pay nothing for the Supreme Court,
Mayor, you will
which
beg,
houses judiciary.
yeah, well,
Wanna
that's
stop
fine. The
stop
government can
burdening
answer
Belizean
for.
people with all these bondages, man.
All right, Carla.
The government have one set
All
up.
right?
All
But
right,
I
all right,
want
Mr.
just to
Chairman.
say good morning to the Governor General designate
Yes,
as we
sir.
go on.
Yes, sir. I support you.
All right, then. Good, man. Yeah.
Okay, Mr. Chairman.
one of the upside of the whole process, because if you want to move very quickly, we always talk about these PPP structure, the public-private partnership.
I've heard about it for time immemorial.
Yeah, and so
It's,
if it
model
is that
follow all over
we
the
sit
place.
around and we wait for the handouts, those things come slow and far apart.
And they have conditions.
But
so-
we have the level of liquidity within our system where persons want to invest. They would want to come in and put monies in investment that they're going to make us a return, but at the same time, the state is benefiting, meaning the people of Belize is benefiting. You're going to have a better courthouse. You're going to have better public offices. The government right now has to rent where magistrate court is and all of that. You will be freeing up the space where the High Court occupy, where the Appeals Court occupy, and they can then slide into that, so you stop rent completely. Now you're paying, the government has equity in this particular entity. They call it a special purpose vehicle. Its name is the Public Administration Campus One Limited. So that entity now goes and it sources the funding. The government rents the building, and then eventually the building goes back to the government. But any profit made during that time goes to the government as dividends.
Would the comparison be like I am paying rent to live in a house? I'm renting a house to live in, right? And instead of continuing paying that rent now, I go to the bank
and pay a mortgage.
And I get a loan to build my own house, right? But it belongs to the bank until I finish paying for it. Would that be an analogy of the same thing?
No, it's a little
Wouldn't
bit
it be the same,
different.
right?
It's a little bit different. Let me tell you. Because I said the entity is owned by the government and Social Security. It's not a bank. It's not an entity that is.
No, I got it. I just use the bank as a part. It could be getting the money from anywhere.
Yeah, but it's not devoid. So whatever benefit is derived to that entity is also benefit for the people of Belize, because if you want to just cut and dry, is that government has, in order for you to be able to get funding from private sector to make this level of investment without any exposure and call on government consolidated fund, it is to have it removed from it and be able to use the same rent that government would have been using from the consolidated fund to pay. There's no mystery or nothing sinister. If you want to make it propaganda, you could make any mountain out of a molehill. The bottom line is
numerous cases that have been done in the past. That's historical.
There is nothing unusual or far-fetched about it. As a matter of fact, like I said, this is not anything new. Government has been doing this. If you look at the National Bus Company right now, they use the private sector arm and have them actually be the investor. In this case, the investor is going to be the bondholders, but they will have no ownership. So they all they will have is 20 years bond payment guarantee over that 20 years. Then the building stays in that format for another 10, and after year 30, it goes back to the ownership fully to the government. And that becomes an asset on their balance sheet thereafter. Most buildings like that is about 50, 60 years. If you maintain it, you're able to get out of it. So the government and people of Belize would have the services of those buildings. And as a matter of fact, I would dare say that once this structure works well, which we know it will, then other things can come and be financed the same way. You can finance your fire station, you can finance your bus terminal in the same PPP structure, because at the end of the day, you could find mechanism in place to be able to debt service these particular bondholding, and using the private sector, the liquidity that is in our system to finance these projects to improve the lives of Belizeans.
Yeah.
Because that is the ultimate goal.
If somebody want to give you, well, fine, but you can't
Yeah,
force
if you
somebody
get
to
a
give
grant,
something.
yeah, if you get a
You
grant,
can't
but
force somebody to give something.
what is the chance, and how long will it take for somebody to say, why we're sorry for you?
And what are the conditions?
Yeah, why we're sorry for you, we want to build you a courthouse or something to that effect. So the point is that it's a stretch, and it's a time-consuming thing. But we got to go to break.
30 break and come back. We'll be right back after the 30 break with more calls. Well, it's now 33 minutes past 8 o'clock, 8:33 minutos y su piquito. Buenos días, good morning, Belize, and thanks for choosing love on a beautiful hump day.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, the humper, like you like
Yes,
to say.
sir,
Troy,
yes.
we got only 25 minutes or so to take calls, and so
Just
you
to
call us.
end on the discussion with the issue
anything.
of the rental. By concept, it's a rent-to-own concept, where government will
Basically,
rent,
that's what it is.
eventually they will own it.
Either rent and not own it for the next 20, 30 years, or
Yeah,
rent
and
to
that's
own
just putting it
for
in
20, 30 years.
in
However I want to do it.
street
It's the
street talk,
same difference.
in street talk
That's what I was trying
language.
to get
No?
after.
I wanted to touch on the BTB. Let's just
Love, can I help?
You plan to build a pretty courthouse, but are we going to have pretty judges?
We'll let you be the judge of that.
Yeah, we can't.
I hope I never be in front of a judge in the
No. One thing I have to call be careful because we can't cast aspersions on the judicial system.
I will put you.
So just be careful. I'm not going to tell you stop where to tell you. I don't know where road you're going down. That's to tell you not go down that road there for cast aspersions. All right, good then. Continue then.
Listen to me, Carla. Listen to me. Listen to me.
Continue.
Me and you and B panel interview panel. Oh, that's so. So we select all of the pretty ones.
Yeah.
Now you know what I'm saying. I mean, the thing about it is, are we training our judges to be fair? Are we gonna need to go like back in the 60s and back in those days when we actually import foreign judges just so we can have a fair trial?
Yeah. Well, what we know about how the court system, it has 3 layers, actually 4 sometimes if you count the magistrate. So you have your high court. If you're not satisfied with the outcome, you could appeal, following the due process and the procedures.
Then that only works for people that got money tried.
But the courts are there. I mean, we could quibble.
And the poor guy have no money, can he appeal anything?
But then how else can you put a system in place?
For free, that's what I'm asking. I don't know.
Oh, court. Well, if the lawyers don't work for free, that's the problem.
That's the problem, right there.
That has nothing to do with the courthouse. That got to do with
the judge at the courthouse.
That have to do with your colleagues, your partners, your attorneys.
But I'm saying in the States I can file any case on my own. I don't need an attorney.
No, well, you could represent yourself. There's nothing short of that. You could go and you could
one thing.
make and represent. Many persons appear in front of courts unrepresented.
That's right.
If you
unrepresented and representative are 2 different things.
No, but when you're unrepresented, mean you're representing yourself.
No, you're self-representative. Unrepresented means that you're deaf on a win, and they pick you about a jail through in front of the judge, and the judge says, "Well, since you don't have an attorney, we'll take care of this later."
No. Sometimes we also have the legal aid.
You could say that you will represent yourself.
Legal aid costs money. Legal aid is not for free.
No, man. There are entities there that you can access to get some level of support.
Legal aid is a discount rate, but it's not for free.
But we have to understand that it's a profession, and people will want to be paid for their profession.
I understand all of that. I'm just asking a simple question. Can somebody do all the process of going through all the different stages of court in our system by doing it themselves?
Well, you can. I'm saying, I'm answering you and said, yes, you can. You don't have to be an attorney to do it. Only that, if what happens most times, you don't know the procedure and you miss a step and you.
Well, that's an assumption,
But to answer your question, yes, you can do your own thing.
Okay.
They say a guy that represents himself in a court of law have a fool for a client.
I didn't want to say that, but you say it.
Yeah, but that's reality. But that's a different issue. Okay, my question is this.
Yeah.
Right. Why is the rent lease so long? 30 years.
Why is it so long? No, because it's
the average mortgage in Belize is only 20.
Yeah, but it's remember you're talking about the project. Well, the way how the project is structured, that the bonds are going to be for 20 years, so that definitely you need that span, and then there is a remaining 10, which is still remember the government is also along with the Social Security is the owner of the leasing company anyway. So the government technically, once 20 years has evolve and you pay off the bonds, technically the building is still for government. I think what they want to do is to keep the whole maintenance structure in place to be able to continue to maintain it in a way to, because once you release it to government, they tend to not be very good at maintaining their assets.
I got a question. I don't know the details of these proposal contracts. But what happened if, say, an earthquake happened in Guatemala again and it shook some of these buildings in Belize, and that just happened to end up being another $50,000 in damage and need the $50,000 to put it back into play?
Insurance.
Who is responsible for that $50,000?
The insurance, the building will have insurance coverage.
Okay, insurance only covers so much. And then you have to, the camel have to walk.
And that is why that is why they
anyway.
Yeah, and that is why you have those. It's a budgeted entity, so you'll have budget for maintenance, budget for contingencies.
Yeah, but we only
for
have
the deductible.
And a certain government.
But Carla, every single entity operates. If you look at any building right now, that is in private, check Love FM right now. They have an insurance. When they do their budget, they have a contingency. If something happens right now here at Love FM that damages the building, they claim on the insurance. Then there is a deductible.
The government have always had the government in Belize have a bad reputation of not following up and maintenance.
That is exactly what I just explained to you. I just explained to you. That's why we're not to give it to the government so quickly, because they might make it go back way. So the idea is that after 30 years, then the government can get all the residual usage out of it after that.
Oh, but okay, I will say this one thing I'm going after here. If PUP was in power, that IGC, to go to the ICJ after the Guatemala claim would have never passed.
Okay.
Because of the political landscape. That's all that was. That would have never passed. And if the Guatemalans can win anything, this is another thing that some of us can blame the UDP on, and the long list of stuff that we have gotten
Once you vote, the people decide and the majority win. That's what democracy
is all about. I hear you, Carla. Thanks.
Appreciate the call. So either we respect the democratic process or we don't.
I hear you, Carla. Thanks. The point is that once we accept to have gone to the referendum and made the point, we're all in the same basket now at this point in time. But like,
we approve and pray for the best.
In our system, we're extremely polarized, and sometimes we tend to not want to recognize that, and so we put everything in a bucket, a blue or a red bucket.
So we are one people, the Belizean people. That's what we are. We are one nation, the nation of Belize. We are one people, the Belizean people.
Yeah.
That's what exists, that's what you see, and that's what make up this country.
The
Belizean people, the people of Belize, and our friends who choose to make here their home.
Yeah.
Love, can I help?
Me General, I listen, Brother Troy, I listen to my good friend August from San Ignacio. The man talk just the way I have been thinking. From the inception of so-called independence, last day, my friend. From the inception of independence and never independence. Dependence. We depend. We said about go to the U.S. and try to get some money for bill.
That's dependence.
We have natural resources. If we may stick to a population as per 1964, but we're going to spread out. No, we have to borrow for friends. We have everything, natural resources. I mean, the thing, remember, Brother Troy, about the three most important things for Belize is the Guatemala issue, its economy, and road traffic. And you see how road traffic stands today? You see the economy, only the private sector, because then they come with some straw from abroad, big straw. And we'll part with them, brother. Listen, we're going to build one IT vet. What was wrong with technical? We're going to build something about Belfast. What was wrong with the nursing school? That thing that was monument. You say we exploit? Lordy, I could go on all man, but I don't believe I'm taking this from for a good while. Thank you, my friend.
No problem.
Okay. Lordy. Lordy.
There is a concept. We live in a global economy, and so oftentimes there are going to be that feeling sometimes that you don't fully believe that, based on how things are structured, that you're sovereign, because of the peer pressure that other entities can put on you. We know the United States bear a lot of pressure. And we see how he has done with other nations, Cuba and Iran and Venezuela and so on, that their influence is so far-reaching that they could diminish your economy and your society to a part of almost being inhumane, right? So I don't fly up when persons talk like that, like Mr. Torres, who creates this idea that we are dependent. Yes, we are independent in certain areas, but when we get out into our foreign policy, and so we tend to have this big brother structure within the globe.
Yeah.
Right, and so, but it's not saying that is anything less of us. It is just a dynamics that we understand might is right. And that's a reality we live in on a consistent basis. That's always going to hover around our heads. In any area where we are, if we were bigger than Guatemala and Guatemala was claiming us, for argument's sake, we would suck our teeth.
Yeah, because we're big.
Yeah, we would suck our teeth and we'd say, well, but we have to kind of tread very lightly. We need friends, we need support, because we know Guatemala is bigger than us.
Yes.
And could wreak havoc on us. So, we on our way of life. So we want our way of life to continue to remain.
And the civil way of solving matters is going to court.
Yeah.
So, there you have it. Love, can I help?
Good morning, Chief. Good morning, Dr. Troy.
Good morning, Dr. Hector.
How's things going?
Please allow me to go back on the ICJ at this moment.
Yes, Dr. Hector.
First of all, a big blunder was made when it was decided to take this claim to the ICJ without suspending Schedule 1 of the Constitution. Schedule 1 of the Constitution defines every inch of territory that Belize owns.
We were suspended for?
No. How can you allow a vote for a court to decide something contrary to what is in our Constitution? Because I think Section 2 of the Constitution says no law that is inconsistent with the Constitution, or any law that is inconsistent with the Constitution, shall be null and void. So the agreement to go to the ICJ was at fault from the beginning. It was wrong. But let's go further. We have agreed recently, our ambassador, what's his name, Arnold? Yes. Arnold went to Panama along with the Guatemalan ambassador, and they agreed that whatever the ICJ decides, both countries must respect. Guatemala has been claiming half of Belize. That's their claim. They went with that, which Mr. Price always objected. Mr. Price said the Guatemalan claim is unfounded, and we cannot see not even 1 square centimeter, and Golson followed with him. No. Let's say the ICJ does not give Guatemala.
Your call is queued. Please hold. Your call is queued. Please hold.
Not us there, Don Hector.
Chief, I don't know.
Call back if anything,
I am
Hector.
strongly refraining from speculating, because
You
that's
can't speculate that it's in the court's hands.
That is one hysteria I don't want to build.
Exactly. Can't speculate.
I don't want to say what if, because I think that is just tiresome. Yes, I would say that I will always have apprehension whenever I deal with litigation, because there's litigation risk. That's all I will say about that.
And it work on both
I
sides.
don't want to be Chicken Little and create a hysteria. I believe that we have a responsible position of influence, and I believe I want to use this platform as wisely as we possibly can.
That's
To
right.
be able to keep our people even keel, because it's not for us to be extremely distorting, because I won't be a hypocrite and create hysteria and because I have some bias. I always try to be extremely objective in everything I have done and be fair. And I think that a mantra that you live by,
exactly.
we have
Every
always lived
religion
by
has
here.
his or her belief in a try. You see that to me always you have this key word respect, right? Which would solve a lot of our problems. If I could respect your right to have your own opinions, to have your own beliefs, to have your own religion, to have your own sexual preference, whatever, and I respect you for that. Doesn't mean I agree with what you have, who you are, but I respect the fact that you have a right to your own identity. And likewise, I want you to respect that I have a right to my own identity and my political belief and my religious belief
because
and
we take calls.
We will discuss our differences.
Yeah.
I might try to convince you that, hey, I am right.
And that's what we do with callers, because callers comes with their own bias.
But I respect your opinion. You have a right to have your opinion. You know, if you're the great mischief, that's a different story, because that's not respect, right? But if you have a right to express your own opinion and so on and what have you, but you don't have a right to say that, in my way, in my opinion, that try no good because he's so on. And I know Larry to say, because try not believe what I believe, try now.
Well, the minute you do that, you have lost the argument.
Yeah.
I believe the minute you start to get personal, then you have lost the ability to convince even yourself, because you have run out of options, and now you've sought to try to degrade the individual. This is a mind. This is how strong are your position, that what you believe in.
It's all about respect,
and
Mr. Troy.
And that is that conviction you must have.
Love, can I help?
Yes, good morning, Troy and Mr. Rene.
Morning, sir.
Good morning.
I would like to respond to Mr. Albert, the former chairman of the UDP. He bring up a good topic this morning concerning about the rental of them buildings and so forth. But we don't need no grants from the U.S. We don't trust USA. We don't trust them.
Okay, there we go.
But them are leaving stop carrying their sweetheart in the government vehicle.
Okay.
And stop the waste resources. We waste too much resources in this country. We don't need a grant from no country. Because when they give you that money there, afterwards they come with all kind of stupidness. They send all kind of people there to make the cost shelter. We don't go down the line either. Right? But cut a long story short, we don't trust the United Snakes of America. We don't trust them. We don't want no grant from them. Even though they might still take it.
No, sir, we,
right?
so you.
Thank you. Thank you, caller.
Yeah.
What you say?
I'm saying it's your opinion, and we respect that.
All right, good. Second, Julius Espat, he's the Minister of Police, right?
Yes, sir.
That's his name.
Home Affairs, yes.
Home Affairs. He said that he needs advice. Mr. Espat, you don't go get no advice from Karim Musa. We don't trust him. Don't get no advice from the Attorney General. We don't trust him.
Okay.
It don't make no sense to make you get advice from people that we don't trust. If Julius need advice, make it call me. Make it go sit.
Everything is your opinion. Let's qualify it. No, your opinion.
Who are you?
Who you?
I will share your number with her.
Hold up, Troy. Hold up.
But who you, man? They want to ask you who you.
I am Che Martinez.
Huh?
I am Che Martinez.
Che Martinez. I'm Mr. Martinez.
My dad was that. You hear me?
Yes, Mr. Martinez. Not just say who you are, they know who to talk to. Okay, good.
Make a continue, Mr. Troy.
Yes, Mr. Che Martinez.
Julius want advice. make it call me.
All
And
right.
me here and Jules Vasquez could sit in our room and we could see how we could advise this man. You understand? That's not the kind of advice. We don't need no advice. We don't
I don't want
no
to be the
advice from-
listen to me. I just want to be the fly on the wall. That'll be the.
We don't want no advice from no Karim Musa. He had it in their hand. We don't want no advice from no Attorney General. Them only had this thing in their hand, Mr. Choi,
right.
Mr. Rene Villanueva. So the sad thing about it
Yes,
is
sir.
for make Mr. Julius Espat, with all due respect, go to these people that we don't trust for advice.
No man, we don't
All right,
settle. We don't settle on that.
We don't settle, but we're going to call you and everything you said are your
We don't
opinion.
settle on that.
We don't qualify that are your opinion.
Third or fourth, Mr.
Right.
Rene, Guatemala no want Belize. If Guatemala want Belize, they could catch a long time, and them only want to sell it to them.
Right.
Guatemala no want this nature. That was a big scam when everybody kick off the court there. That's what I said. They got one man in Guatemala, I don't want to say him.
Well, that's your opinion again.
Hold on, I should finish.
Yes,
Only
man.
that man in Guatemala have more gun and bomb than BDF and police and Coast Guard put together. One man in Guatemala, he lives in Rio Dulce, right? We have more bomb, more gun, and than BDF, police and Coast Guard. We know the talk about the
All right,
other
then.
families there in Guatemala. We know Guatemala don't want enough for this.
All right, don't sir.
I gotta go. Thanks, man.
Thank you for calling.
Thank you, Senator Martinez.
But he calling in, you said the man calling in, so we know that who.
Man, we don't.
And I for his opinion.
1995. They can call me if you advise.
All right.
Wait, number?
636 1995. Tell Julius they can call me.
All
They
right.
can advise how we are dealing with this bullshit thing. And then make
At
a call
least the
you.
man
If they don't call me, call
at least
you.
the man say who he is. No?
Then we could see how we could advise this man.
All right, then, Senator Martinez.
All right, Mr. Martinez.
Thank
All
you.
right, you have a good day, Mr. Martinez.
That was our last call.
Yeah, we can't
For
take no more
this
call.
morning.
Another 4 minutes to 9.
Yeah, indeed. Home affairs, dealing with crime, dealing with the police, all of that is stuff. I see you had it in the newscast this morning where using the MIDH support, they're doing some cleanup for
That
some
we
of
needed.
the compound of the police station.
That we
That's certainly, it helps morale.
Of
Because
course.
I know it's been a big peeve. And yesterday we had Shine on the coach.
Yeah.
He spoke about the issue of morale. He was in lockstep with the thinking of Minister Espat as well in terms of dealing with some of the small mundane issues that can affect morale. Quality of life type of decisions that he was doing. That's a kind of start, no? In terms of helping with the situation, because if you have a sort of group of police officers that are having some good level of peace of mind, they tend to be able to serve the community better, be on the lookout, do better investigation.
We always salute our
Everything
police
is better.
officers, Mr. Troika. But I think a lot of our police officers go through a lot of difficulties, getting from one point to the other. Maybe some live in Orange Walk, they have worked at Belize City, find their way down early in the morning, catch bus to go late at night, and so on. And then we still expect them to perform their duties, in an upright manner. So we have to salute our police officers.
Sometimes they get their various allowances for those things.
Yes, they do, but at the same time,
they do choose to sometimes they want to be in their bed and so they think they could make it. But the point is, though, that I wanted to highlight is that policing is a tough job.
It is a tough job. And sometimes we don't give tribute to our public officers, other public officers that serve the public, we just take them for granted. But they're there to serve and
remember, every single day, the country is moving forward. Things are getting done, and it's being done by public officers.
Public officers,
Every now and again, you get these issues like the situation with the Jason Flowers immigration thing. You get the flare up.
But that shouldn't tarnish the whole image of the public service,
And so, but those are just one and two persons who are doing their own collusion. If it is that something wrong is happening, but it means it doesn't say that thousands of other public officers
are not doing their jobs,
getting up and doing their jobs. And I equate that to the same system we have with our young people, where I always say thousands of young people are going to school and doing things every single day. And we have one or two persons who are becoming menace to society that is distracting from all that effort that those thousands of young people are doing at this point in time. So we can't lump everybody together. We can't throw away the baby with the bathwater.
No.
And so we have to be able to weed out those bad apples as we go along so that we could continue to have our people continue to progress. We know we have problems, but we have good too. So let's cherish the good, let's embrace it, and then try to fix all the bad.
That's right.
You know, and I will not sit here and condone anything that going contrary and deprive the Belizean people of their own livelihood and going forward. At the end of the day, we have a responsibility, every single one of us, to do the right thing.
That's right.
As far as we're concerned, let's do the right thing. Other persons will have other ways of how we get there to doing the right thing.
Of course, different
path,
and that's the
different
beauty of the
routes.
whole thing.
So let's embrace that.
If we all think the same way, then there'll be no discussion, there'll be nothing. But let's discuss. Let's not fight and quarrel and argue. We discuss.
Yeah.
You know? And if we have a problem, we talk it over with each other and we try to reach a common ground agreement, which will tell you that means you don't have your own way, I don't have my own way neither, but somewhere along the road we'll find a common ground that both of us could shake hands and agree upon.
Exactly.
You know, and that way we could move forward positively as against negatively, because if you don't find that common ground, then you want to turn around and you want to do something bad just to achieve what you want to put forward. You know, and that's not right neither. You know?
And I will say that...
So once we respect one another, we're good.
I applaud all the callers this morning.
I love the calls.
At the end of the day,
thank you all callers.
The discussions allow us to sort of expand on some of the discussion items. But
we have to thank all who called.
Not every time that we could get the opportunity to share information relevant if we had guests and so we're dealing with their subject areas. But this is more broad-ranging, and I have no problem discussing anything. You may not agree,
I will tell Don Hector,
but let's discuss.
Who's one of our almost everyday callers, that we never cut off the phone. The phone just went.
Yeah, it just went into recording.
Into a recording mode. I don't know what happened there. We didn't even touch the phone.
Yeah.
So sorry, Don Hector. Please call next time. I finish the point we want to make next time. No?
But we got to go.
So
with your permission,
it's minute past 9, Mr. Troy Gabb. So
on this first day of July, Hump Day, we want to say thanks to Richard Herbert for doing a good job on Love FM and also assisting with the producing, as well as our producer, Manuela Ayuso, and our master control operator, William Usher, and Andrew Jones for streaming. All of you behind the scenes who made this show possible as well, we say thank you. Certainly our callers who kept our company and made this morning extremely interesting. And I trust that it was as enjoyable as it was for me, that it was for you participating and listening as well. And, you know, it is the first day of July, and we say happy birthday for all of you who are celebrating your birthday today. And then I want to thank you, our listeners, throughout the length and breadth of this beautiful jewel of ours. We thank you, as well as those of you who are streaming as well. We hope that this morning's discussion and phone calls, of course, were informative and entertaining. Reminding you, the number drawn was 87 last night. If you won, congratulations. And, of course, as we always say, come back again tomorrow, where we will do this all over again just for you.
Yes, Mr. Troy Gabb.
Sir.
Very well said, sir.
Thank you, sir.
I could not have said it better myself.
All right. Thank you, sir.
You've done very well. I can shake your hand. The kind of closing the way you do. No easy.
Yes, I hear you. Okay, I'm trying to catch up with you.
Come on, Mr. Troy Gabb.
What you got?
We'll leave with some positive changes. The thing is, Troy, before I go to this, we want to sympathize with those who lost loved ones recently. You know, several good Belizeans that have passed recently, and so not to call any name. Well, you know, John Longsworth, Roland Card, you know, and others. You know, so
iconic Belizeans.
Iconic Belizeans, you know, and even those who are not iconic. You know, the thing is that you're a Belizean, you know, and regardless of where you are in life, you're an important person.
Iconic to your family.
Right, you're iconic to your family, to your friends, to You know, so those who have lost loved ones, we empathize with you.
Certainly.
And of course, congratulate those who are celebrating any event, birthdays and what have you, anniversaries. All the best to you. Thank you so much. Enjoy your celebration, you know. The thing is to appreciate and enjoy life and give God thanks for everything and recognize His opportunity in everything that happens around us. Anyway, incredible change happens in your life when you decide to take control of what you have power over instead of craving control over what you do not have. Right? And that's Steve Maraboldi. You know, you have control over changing your life. You don't have control over changing somebody else's one.
That's true.
You can only try to influence, right? So you take control of what you have, right? You know, and stop to worry about trying to control what you don't have.
Yes, sir. Yes,
right?
sir. Yes,
so
sir.
You can't control what you don't have. It's not yours, right? You know, but you can certainly build on what you have once you take control of what you have, right? Right? Then the other last one, the last one I'll leave you with, Mr. Troy Gab, is from John F. Kennedy. You know who he was, right?
Yep, JFK.
JFK, right? He says, change is the law of life, and those who look only to the past or present are certain to miss the future.
Yes, sir.
Right? So we have to look
Don't stay in one
as to
area.
where we're going. But we cannot, you know, we have that little saying in Belize Watch, the past impacting the present and shaping the future, which is basically what it is. The past is to look back and to glance back on. Right? The present is to appreciate where we are right now, but the future is where we are going.
Yes, sir.
Right?
Yes,
and
sir.
so our eyes should be aimed to the future. And that's what John Kennedy is saying here.
Yeah.
Right? You're not saying you don't need the past or the present, but your eyes must be focused on the future.
And like
so
how
you're
you
not
brought
missing.
up that focus,
Right.
let me hurry say, Chief, to urge everybody, all roads lead to Orange Walk
Oh,
this
you're the
Friday
focus for your
night.
future then?
Yes, sir.
Right.
Yes, sir. Yes, before I forget, the Bellikin Orange Walk Running Rebels take on the Defenders Game 2 inside the Orange Walk Multipurpose Complex. It's Game 2 of the finals of the National Elite Basketball League. So the game starts at 9 on Friday. So calling all Orange Walkenians, you got to turn up in droves. Understand Defenders are bringing busloads, so you need to be able to counter that in terms of the noise within the complex. So this Friday night, semi-pro basketball, so don't miss it.
Have fun, Mr. Trigab.
Yes, I always have
right.
fun. I always have fun.
But whatever you do, Mr. Trigab, having fun, do it with a lot of love, no?
I just want to tell Mr. Chairman I'm multidimensional. I can do more than one thing, even in sports.
Yeah. Well, let's look towards to the future and look towards the future with love and optimism, right? As against to seeing it bleak, because we see it bleak, then it's really bleak. You know, we have to be optimistic despite all the difficulties, because we got difficulties wrong. Let's face fact, things everything is not ideal the way how we want it to be. But we got to find the love that is within us. And when we find that love, we have to choose to bring it out and manifest it to ourselves and others, our country, to God, to everything, right? But love is a choice, like we keep saying.
Yes, sir.
And when
It's
you
a
choose
choice.
to love, you know, we'll always say, try again.
Belize.
And beyond.
Thanks.
For choosing
Happy
love.
Hump Day.
Yep.
Good morning, Belize, and good morning. I say good morning, Belize, and good morning. And how are you this morning?
Wake up every morning, life, go to work and get your life.